Now, complete high school football coverage. This is 10 Sports First and 10. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Welcome into the big show, everybody. It's week 5 of First and 10. Eric Johnson here to help you recap all the big plays, scores, and more from in and around the area tonight. Let's start you out with our trivia question. This legendary coach spent 6 seasons at Christiansburg, leading the program to its first ever playoff appearance in 1981. He went on to win over 200 games in his storied coaching career. Ponder over that as we move throughout the night. And as you do so, don't forget to check out the First and 10 section of WSLS.com. Get caught up on all the scores and more from tonight or even weeks past. Chloe and Duncan hard at work. Same can be said for our game of the week. First and 10 matchup that we haven't seen in quite some time. Lord Botetourt at GW Danville. Just the second time ever the two teams have matched up. Could LB remain unbeaten before district play? Well, our very own Brooke Leonard has the latest from Southside.
Lord Botetourt and GW Danville have only met once. That was in 2021 during that shortened COVID season. It was a 72-6 clobbering by the Cavaliers in Daleville. Tonight, bit of a different story.
Lord Botetourt enters this one undefeated. GW Danville's only loss to out-of-state Reidsville, North Carolina. A defensive start for both teams. GW will settle for a field goal early, but it's no settling on a 42-yarder by Cameron Stevens. It's 3-2 Eagles after a Cavaliers safety. Angel Rigney going to go through the air with about 5 minutes left in the half. Eric Irons in double coverage brings it down. It's 8-3 Cavs. But just seconds before halftime, Eagles get the ball back. One play is all they need. Alexander Brandon going 73 yards to the house. Can't touch him. GW leading 12-8 at half. 12-10 Danville in the third quarter. Caleb Miller boots one to take the lead by 1 point for the Cavs. Minutes later, Eagles in the red zone. Pitch to Stanford Lipscomb, who connects with Josiah Sanders. Touchdown, 2013 Danville. Just a one-score game heading into the fourth. 2016 Eagles under 10 to go. LB driving, but the ball is fumbled and picked up by Dominic Neal Hairston. He turns and burns to the promised land. That was all she wrote. GW Danville holds off a late comeback by the Cavs with 2 minutes to go, and they will win it 34-31.
Botetourt does a great job on the offensive side. It was a defensive scheme nightmare trying to figure it all out. But, you know, our guys did a great job of, you know, doing the defensive game plan the way we had installed. And, you know, they shifted around and we moved and we had our guys locked up. We let a couple guys go free like I thought we might, but, you know, we were able to hang on.
Next week, Lord Botetourt will go on a bye. GW Danville will head on the road to Fleming. In Danville for our game of the week, I'm Brooke Leonard, 10 Sports.
And let's stay south side for just a bit. Magna Vista has been a force to be reckoned with, but Stanton River put up a battle with the Warriors last season. Down to the hole we go. We're late in the first quarter when Stanton River quarterback Patrick Tuning is going to connect with T.W. Tyler on the rollout for the first big play of the game. It's going to set up an early second quarter touchdown with a quarterback keeper from Tuning. 7-0 Golden Eagles with 11:35 left in the second. Magna Vista is going to respond right away. Simeon Moore, keeping the ball himself, gets into the end zone. 7-7 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Now we're under a minute left in the half. Magna Vista playing the 2-minute drill to perfection. Moore runs it in yet again. Warriors up by 2 touchdowns at the break. They hold on to win 28-13, and they go to 5-0 on the season. Scores for you: Bassett over Mecklenburg County 28-16. Halifax County over Tunstall 26-7. How about Alta Vista all over Nelson County tonight 56-7, while SMLCA falls short to Atlantic Shores Christian 50-22. Dan River falls short to Appomattox County 62-14, and Gretna over William Campbell 61-14. Closer to home, Roanoke Catholic seeking back-to-back wins with an undefeated St. Anne's Belfield team in town. Coach Howard Tucker getting the Celtics ready for a first-time opponent. Saints led by former UVA great and NFL player Heath Miller on the other side, of course. Opening drive, Hayden Morris has his pass tipped, and it's picked off by LaRon Lipford, and look at him go. Marches all the way down inside the red zone. Celtics in business until they served a Hardee's breakfast special, 2 for 1. That's a turnover. Mason Williams is going to toss it, intercepted by Nafis Summers. And just before halftime, finally some points were scored as Jonah Brent rolls in for the 12-yard touchdown, 6-0 stab at halftime. Saints go on to win this one 27-0. It was an electric atmosphere in St. George, Virginia last fall where North Cross battled Blue Ridge seeking its 3rd consecutive state title. It ended in a 14-12 Barons win last night, or I should say last season. The two faced off for the first time since that epic battle tonight. We go to Spartan Field for this one. Raiders going under the lights. Raiders, of course, carrying some bad blood from that meeting a year ago, leading 49-0 at half and showing absolutely no mercy. Tristan Lang from long range to DeMarcus Brown, 55-0 lead. Lang chucking it up on the other side, this time to Jaziel Hart, stretches for the end zone, just short. No worries because Jackson Keys is going to punch it in from there. It's a 62-0 score. How about Sam Bauer getting his shot behind center, puts it up for Josiah Hines, who mosses that defender for the Raiders. 10th, the final touchdown of the night, 68-6. North Cross is your winner.
Great confidence. They beat us in the state championship last year. This was a great win. We couldn't play them in the regular season last year, but it's a great confidence. But it's the big deal. We got to go against some of these Division I teams down the road like Benedict and St. Chris. So, the mindset, we just going to keep on working every week and getting better.
Cave Spring picked up his first win of the season last week, taking on Pulaski County tonight, a team that has taken the win the last 2 seasons by just 1 possession. The Knights band trying to help get things in tune. First half action, Jaden Hollins starts off the game with a handoff to Madden Babick from the 50, and he runs it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And just a few plays later, punches it in at the 1 to give Cave Spring his first score of the night. In the second quarter now, Cougars trailing when the defense is going to force a big fumble, and they come up with the recovery. Pulaski County puts points on the board. Bryant Nottingham is going to find Sammy Carrasco, touchdown Cougars, and they claw back in the second half for the 26-13 victory. How about Salem looking to avoid an 0-5 start to the season with the pesky Blacksburg team in town? Sam Sheff cooking up something special yet again. On the right side on the quarterback keeper, 7-0 Blacksburg. Spartans trying to answer. Jordan McCadden, 20-yard run to the outside. However, Salem would later turn the ball over on downs. Blacksburg's Luke Mann, all man on this run. 34 yards to set up a chip shot field goal. 10-0 Bruins lead. Spartans find life when McCadden is going to make not 1, not 2, but 3 Bruins miss, and he is going to be off to the races. And look at him go. Salem gets his first win of the season by a final score of 18-16. More scores for you. PH all over Hidden Valley tonight, 55-0 to remain unbeaten. Allegheny over Waynesboro, 36-14. Stewart's Draft over Rockbridge County, 52-14. Sweat equity is always the name of the game, and in fact, he once told me, Eric, we're thin, but we're going to win. Shout out to legendary coach Winfred Beal. One team that has done nothing but win all season, Jefferson Forest. When we come back, see if the Cavaliers could keep on trucking against District 4 LCA. See how Glenburg welcomed Martinsville to the Three Rivers District tonight. And did we have takeoff from Newcastle, from the Rockets? And speaking of Craig County,
stay tuned for more First and 10 on WSLS 10.
welcome back. We move to our breakdown matchup of the night, LCA at Jefferson Forest. The Bulldogs have proven to be the toughest challenge the past few years in the Seminole District, especially for the Cavaliers. But with a mountain of momentum, could this season prove otherwise for JF? In fact, they trailed by 10 at the break once again. Fourth quarter action, JF's Lucas, my favorite, Cousin Johnson, look at him. Takes the ball, runs down the right side all the way to the 10-yard line. Next play, Xander Coleman pushes his way up the middle, and watch as they keep pushing and pushing, and boom, he's finally in the end zone for the 10-yard touchdown. LCA still up by 3. Bulldogs quarterback Luke Gaither is going to hand off to Jaden Coward as he bulldozes his way down the field. LCA stuck with the run game late, and they did enough of their offense in the first half to hold on for the 22-19 win yet again.
We came into this saying that we've got to be just more physical than them. We got to control the line of scrimmage, and we've got to control the game by controlling the line of scrimmage, and I think for the most part that's what we did.
EC Glass trying to get back on track, hosting Liberty, but the Minutemen were trying to get something going in the second quarter. Evan Lee to Nasir Johnson. He gets down to the 37-yard line. Minutemen trying some trickery. Johnson gets the snap, pitches the ball to Mason Davison. He launches down the field to Lee, makes the catch, but the drive would stall. Few plays later, Jaleel Holloway hits Lincoln Funk on the nice 5-yard touchdown pass. Hilltoppers go on to get the win, 47-16. Other scores from out east, Heritage over Rustburg, 55-9. And in overtime, Amherst County over Brookville tonight, 24-21. The Auburn Eagles have been one of the great comeback stories this season. From no program in 2024 to a 3-1 start, how would they do on the road at Eastmont? Well, after scoring a touchdown on the first play of the game, Isaiah Haman is going to run for a 20-yard touchdown to extend the lead to 13-0 with a missed PAT. Now, Caden Clark is going to take the jet sweep and go 35 yards for yet another score, 19-0 Eagles. And yes, they're at home, tonight. Home cooking for the Eagles in Reiner. Marshall Tate of the Mustangs, something to say, something to prove. 40 yards to set up a quarterback run by Chase Bierman to make it 19-6, but it was all Auburn tonight by a score of 41-20. How about staying in the Mountain Empire? George Wythe hosting Rural Retreat. Maroons have won 19 straight, dating back to 2006. George Wythe sophomore running back Caden Gallagher takes the handoff up the sideline for 20-yard touchdown, 7-0 lead. Later is Jake Rollison. Gets the jet sweep, cuts back, goes untouched for the Rural Retreat touchdown. It's a 7-7 game. Back and forth we go. Rural Retreat's quarterback connects deep with his wide receiver, Jay Snavely. That put the Indians up 32-21. But what a comeback. After trailing by 11 points with less than 10 minutes to go, Cade Brawley helped lead the Maroons to a narrow 33-32 victory.
We had 3 different kids running the ball tonight. You got Cade that can go in at quarterback and do great things for us. Zeke does an amazing job. My offensive line is awesome for as young as they are. Yeah, it takes all of us. I mean, you're going to beat good teams. You got to use all your talent, and I'm just proud of them all.
And some other scores for you. Northside and Galax have been canceled. Eastside and Blaine County, 40-0 Eastside, a game that ended early. Elsewhere tonight, Floyd County over Fort Chilswell 42-0. Another game that ended early due to lightning or weather there. Giles over Tazewell 43-13. We have Grayson County and Virginia High. That game will resume Monday at 6 p.m. Chilhowie all over Northwood 36-0. For the first time since 2010, Craig County is off to a 3-0 start to the season and has only given up 8 points all year. New opponent tonight in Twin Springs. Craig County trying to move to 4-0 in the pregame huddle, ready for action just before halftime. Check out Noah Paxton with the throw, lobs it up to Caleb Kreger, makes the catch, and the Rockets up 21-14 at halftime. To the second half we go. Twin Springs keeps it on the ground. Isaiah Kaiser gashing the Rockets defense for the score. Craig County still up 21-20. Rockets need to respond. Direct snap to Carter Caffey. Gets a huge block, makes a defender miss, and we got some broken ankles on the play because that's another score. Rockets hold on for the 35-28 win, moving to a 4-0 start.
We were kind of flat until we got those 2 penalties on the sideline, and it kind of pumped our guys up, and we kept that energy the rest of the game. We got to grasp that energy and not let go of it again, because we got some really good opponents coming up, and if we have that little energy letdown, it could bite us again.
Yeah, look out for those Rockets, man. Other scores for you. Narrows comes up short tonight, 38-8. Same is true for Perry McClure on the road at Luray, 48-8. Elsewhere, Bath County all over a newcomer in Hancock, Maryland, 42-0. Patrick County and Carroll County will resume tomorrow after being postponed in the second quarter. How about Glenvar at Martinsville in what is now a Three Rivers District game? Pick it up in the third quarter. Glenvar up 35-0 and more defense as Brody Doyot and Nicholas Wilson team up for a sack on the carry on France to stall the Bulldogs' drive. Seconds left in the third quarter. Glenvar gets a massive gain. Ranger Swanson finds a hole, sets the Highlanders up with excellent field position. And now in the fourth quarter, he finishes it off with a touchdown for the Highlanders. And Glenvar serves up the shutout on the road tonight to the tune of 42-0. Also from the Three Rivers, James River at Radford on a rainy night. Check out Trenton Carter. Is going to run this ball to the outside and get the score. It's 31-0. Bobcats in control of this one. Later, we're going to have a high snap in the end zone. Jaden Alston puts the pressure to cause the safety. Radford still leading this one 31-2. It's never a James River highlight without this man, Gavin Benz. Look at the long run here. Gets into the end zone. However, Radford goes on to get the win tonight, 38-22.